Hi, this is Mrs. Zhu, and we're going to be working on the area of trapezoids for the front side of the worksheet tonight on homework 23. And on the back side is going to be some review of areas of other shapes that we have learned. The area formula, I'm going to start with number 2. We did number 1 in class. For a trapezoid would be the area of a triangle added with another area of a triangle. So here I'm going to use base 1 times h. Base 1 represents the base for the first triangle, and then I'm going to divide by 2 because I do that when I have a triangle, and then I'm going to add a second triangle area, which is the second base 2 times also the height divided by 2. Now the height of the triangle for both of the triangles that make the trapezoid will actually be the same. So really you only need 3 things. You need base 1, base 2, and you need the height for each of the figures. When I look at number 2, this is very important that you look back at your notes. In your notes, it says that 2 parallel lines are your bases. Okay, so here when I look at the 2 parallel lines in my figure, that would be up here and down here. So the 2 is, I will say, base 1, and the 6 is base 2. Now we could switch them, but it really won't matter later because, again, you're finding the area for one triangle and then the area for a second triangle. And then the third thing that you need to know is for the height of the shape, it's the distance between the 2 parallel lines. Okay, so here the distance between the 2 and the 6 is going to be the 3, which is going to be our height. Now, if there was extra information right here, we wouldn't need to use it. So that doesn't really matter to us for the area of a trapezoid. So knowing that, I'm going to plug that in. I'm going to say base 1 is 2 times the height of 3. Then I'm going to divide 2, giving me my first triangle. The second triangle will be 6 times 3 divided by 2. And then if I work that out, I will get 2 times 3 divided by 2 is going to be 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Then I'm going to add that with 6 times 3 divided by 2, giving me 9. And so number 2 is 12 feet squared is my final answer. Going down to number 3 over here, I'm going to use my formula. I'm going to rewrite that. Base 1 times height divided by 2 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Okay, my bases are going to be the parallel lines, so that would be 13 base 1 and 5, so base 2. So that'll be 13 for that number and 5 for that number. Then I'm going to plug in the height and everything. I'm going to divide 2 with an addition sign in the middle. So my height here is going to be the distance between the 2 parallel lines, so the distance would be represented by the 2. So the 2 is the height, so 2 here and 2 here. Then I'm going to, follow a little PEMDAS pretty much. 13 times 2 divided by 2 gives me 13. Then I'm going to add that with 5 times 2 divided by 2, which is 5, giving me an answer of 18 yards squared for number 3 as my area. A equals. Try the rest by yourself. I'm going to try number 8 with you. And I'm going to again work out base 1 times height divided by 2 for the first triangle, added with base 2 times height for the second triangle. If I really want to split it up and actually see the triangles, I could do that. So there's a triangle there. This green triangle down here, this would be my base 2. I'm going to look for the 2 parallel lines as my bases. Up here is base 1. And then in between the 2 bases would be the distance of my height, which is going to be 4 here. So finding the first triangle would be 8 times 4 divided by 2, and finding the area of the second triangle will be 8 times 4 divided by 2. And then so my area is exactly 16 plus 16, giving me 32 miles squared. Now obviously, looking at this shape, it is funny that it both has 8 miles for the top base and the bottom base, because they're clearly not the same. So I don't think this was very well written. Finding the area of the figure below. Number 9, if I were to just highlight the figure right here and maybe outline it for you, this shape is, what figure would that be called? Yeah, it's a parallelogram. So I want to use the formula for the area of a parallelogram, which is going to be base times height. I'm not going to divide by 2, so I'm just going to very well just multiply 1 kilometer times 0.7 kilometers, giving me an area of 0.7 kilometers squared. Make sure that you know what shape you're finding it for. So just to double check, on number 11, the shape here is going to be a parallelogram, also known as a rectangle specifically, but it's a type of parallelogram. So the formula I want to use is base times height. For number 10, the shape here is right over here, and that's a 1, 2, 3-sided shape. The only 3-sided shape is called a triangle. So my area formula will be base times height, and then later divide by 2. Okay, there's a decimal there. Be very careful about your multiplying. Number 12 is also a triangle, so I'm going to use the same formula. So make sure you choose the right formula, otherwise you will get the wrong answer. And in number 10, the area here is 2 times 1.9. Then I'm going to divide by 2. So my area will become 1.9 meters squared. Is my answer if you wanted to double check with a decimal. Okay, and then number 13 through 16, the last question says that I have to find the area, and I need exact and approximate, and I know exactly how to do that as long as I use the area formula. So the area formula for a circle, yes, it involves pi, and then the radius squared, so I could write that 4 times for each of the questions. Okay. Then I want to plug in the correct radius. Here for number 13, my exact answer would be area equals pi times 10 feet squared. Okay, 10 feet squared is the same as 100 pi feet squared. So that's my exact answer. And I don't even have to write the word exact. The equal sign already means exact. Then my approximate answer will be me multiplying 100 times 3.14. I'm going to rewrite that with 100 at the bottom. The zeros at the bottom will make it easier. Giving me 314.00. So my area is about, and that squiggly equal sign does that for me. I don't even need to write the word. 314 feet squared, and that's my approximate answer for number 13. And try the rest by yourself because it's really your review. And we'll see you tomorrow in class.